This video may include mention of a candle business which I co-own. I also may show products that have been gifted to me but I'm not being paid to promote. Finally, I may share links to products which will earn me money if you shop through them. This is all classed as advertising. If I do also include a paid segment, I will tell you in the video and place a disclaimer on the screen. Good morning. Apologies no vlog yesterday, but on Monday I just slept pretty much all day. When I am diagnosed with some mysterious illness, you'll be able to say, we saw the signs. I'm going to share my corner of the living room with you now. Don't judge. It is a mess. I brought my computer down and I've got like 1,000 snacks and drinks in the corner. Just this whole situation. And today is my last day off. Tomorrow I'm back into the working week and I need to sort myself out because I've definitely, you know, if you've been, I've just been meh, you know? So today, it's 11 o'clock already and I'm like, what are you doing with your life? So I'm gonna have a bit of a spruce reorganize of the living room and see if that doesn't kickstart something. Then maybe clean the kitchen. Do you know what would be great today? That I've totally blocked, and I know it's not as hard as I'm making it in my mind, but hanging the blind in the kitchen. I'd like to get that done today. If I get that done today, it will be a major win. Also, I'm watching Buffy again from the beginning, which I never watched Buffy to like completely. I just kind of caught it occasionally. How much did they base Stefan Salvatore on Original Angel? Because that's definitely why he got the part. That is an achievement. I don't know what it is. Also, I must have measured it slightly. What's irritating about this is, clearly it's my measurements, but I used the same measurements as I used for the other window that is an identical window. So I did measure again as well and it fit. But anyway, everything fits apart from the very bottom part and the top panel part, which I haven't put on because I can cut that down. I just couldn't, I'm not doing power tools today. A drill was enough. Let me show you. I basically destroyed the wall because once I'd got it in, I couldn't get it out. I've like painted it a little bit. That's why it looks weird and it's wet, but we're gonna ignore that. We're gonna ignore that. I'll fix this at some point. Yeah, that's annoying. That's annoying. But from, you know, even up close, and yet, unless you're looking for it, we're ignoring that. We're ignoring that because it's a win. This has been waiting to go up since November. I think I'm going to tell Lee that he needs to buy me some flowers on the way home because I finally put the blind up. I was rewarded with an enormous Toblerone. Almost worth it. Almost. I mean, it's not like I didn't want the blind up. It's just such a pain. Anyway, I've just been doing something really random and I thought I'd share. I, for ages, have been saying I'm going to write a book. Not like the book I wrote before. An actual novel. I love mysteries, and whenever we watch stuff, half of the fun for me is trying to figure it out, like, what's the red herring, what is going on here? What's the red herring, you know, like, what's the stories between stuff? What are they telling us? And Lee always says, like, you should try. So I'm gonna. And I was kind of thinking, I've kind of got like an outline of what I want to do, and I had it for a while of like, maybe this, but it's just the pulling the trigger if they're doing it. And I thought a way to do it that would be kind of fun and visual for me is I'm gonna cast the people with celebrities. I'm gonna put this. I used to do this when I was a kid. I used to go through the choice catalogue and I used to cut out, because they'd use the same models throughout. So I would have pictures of women, men, and children in different clothes, in different situations, different poses, and I would basically cast stories, and I would cut them out, and I would like glue them down, and I would write stories about all these different people. And that is kind of what I'm going to do. So I'm going to like cast my people in my mind of celebrities. I'm going to print out pictures of the celebrities, have them like on a pinboard. And I was thinking, obviously it all has to take place in a house. Obviously, for me, it has to all take place in a house. And I was like, I feel like I'm going to need like a floor plan. How am I gonna do that? Like how am I going to visualize it in my mind? So I've just been on Architectural Digest, and I was like trying to get inspiration of what kind of house that I would want it to be. And even like the decor, I want to have a real visual. And then I thought, I'm going to make it in The Sims. I'm going to make the house in The Sims. So as I'm writing it, I've got an idea of like, right, so this is where they are to here, and this is where this person is. I wonder if other people do this, or it's really strange. I mean, this may never come to anything, but it's a fun little pet project. This is me from the future editing, and honestly, I've got a clip. I've changed the placement of this because I was like, do I put this in? Do I not put this in? Crying on camera it's not a vibe, is it? But it's not that kind of crying, so you'll see. Also, I changed my jumper like 4 times yesterday. So this is all filmed in the same day. I just happened to keep putting different clothes on. I always say there are certain vlogs that if I ever get the ADHD assessment, I'll be like, just watch this. You don't even need to meet me. I think this is going to be one of them. We've got tears. We've got, at the end, I forget to do something really basic. We've got some random DIY and room reshuffling. Obviously getting changed multiple times. There's absolute craziness in this vlog. And I probably need, and this happens because I document so much of my life, this happens. Oh, also, I'm going to tell you about a project that I'm starting that's like, when do I have time to do this? But I've decided I'm finally going to do some, it's absolute madness. Because I document so much of my life, I can now more easily spot the patterns of like, we're going through a phase of this, and I'll go through a phase of being like really low and really down and just really, really low energy. And then I'll have like a day like yesterday where I have like, I could only describe it as mania. It's like I'm not in control of my body. It just does things. And that's kind of the punctuation in my phase. And then hopefully today onwards will kind of be a little bit smoother sailing. I don't know if anybody else experiences this, but because I see so much of myself on camera, because I film myself, I can now see the patterns. And it's, I don't know, I'm finding amusement in it. Otherwise, this is not serious at all. I've just watched the film. I was just messaging my mum to watch a film. I had like 5 minutes left of this movie. It's called Poms on Netflix, which I knew I would like because it's Diane Keaton, and it's like older ladies in a retirement home who start what's the word I'm looking for? Poms, come on, cheerleading team. So I was kind of my bag anyway. And in the very beginning, you find out that Diane Keaton's got cancer. She's going to die in the end. This is not a spoiler. But something about the way they did it, they don't show it at all. And yet it really got me. I was literally messaging my mum being like, you should watch this. And she doesn't like a sad thing. She doesn't know why someone would watch something to make them cry. She's quite the opposite of me. And I was texting her. I was like, oh, I've got to tell you about this because it's really, really good. It's like it's a very predictable movie, but I thought the way it ended was fantastic. I slept in these twisty things. My hair was a little bit damp when I went to sleep though, so I don't know whether or not it'll be all the way dry, possibly not. might have been a mistake. I couldn't be bothered to dry it before bed and I wanted to do something, so this is what that something was. I'm up early again because that definitely made a difference yesterday. So I'm gonna make coffee. Annoyingly, I didn't set this up the night before. I was, as I said earlier, too lazy, couldn't be bothered. But yesterday I felt tons better for getting up early and making coffee, so here we are. While that does its thing, let's see what my hair looks like. Because I put my computer downstairs, haven't been in the office all week. Today is Wednesday, a work day, so I think I'm gonna put everything back. Also, I have been thinking about getting a proper desk chair again, because comfy as this is to loll around in, and you know I hate to admit when I was wrong, I don't think it's the right thing. I don't think it's good for my back, so if anyone can suggest, what I'd like is like an upholstered, I'd like a spinny chair that is on wheels still. But I do kind of want like an armchair vibe. It needs to have a high back. If anyone wants to do personal shopping for me. Woo! It needs to have a high back. It needs to be comfortable, basically. I might just blast this with my hairdryer because I feel like it is a little bit damp. No, I can't find my hairdryer. It's the thing that I lose the most. Not my hairdryer. You just saw me use my hairdryer. My hairbrush. We're gonna hazard a guess. This is not gonna be better than sleeping with it damp. So I think it's probably a failed experiment. If anything, this is like a weird hybrid of going to sleep with it damp and still getting hairdryer frizz. I think if I'd left it to dry completely and done that, maybe it would have been something. But instead, this is like my Wurzel Gummidge hair. It's salvageable. Product placement, I've just blasted it again with the hairdryer. Just make sure it's 100% dry, but also a little bit warm. I'm going to put in this, which is for curls, but I use it now as like a spray-on serum / oil. It's the Creighton's Frizz No More Instant Curls Coconut Revitalizing Spray. This was sent to me ages ago. And then the other day I pulled it out and was like, I wonder if it would just work like as almost like a detangler type. And it does. And it smells great. I think I mentioned, because they sent me a couple of things at the same time, I think I mentioned a few of them because my hair has got quite a lot of frizz. And they had like a smoothing balm or something that was really nice. But this, it kind of disperses it better and it's slightly lighter. You still can go heavy with it. It can still make your hair greasy. Oh my goodness. You know when you've got like a cardigan or like a robe on or something and the sleeves are just in your way. I'm gonna do kind of like twisted low buns. I keep catching my earring. And if there's not blood by the end of this, I'll be shocked. Done. There we go. Slightly more, well, less insane than my big Wurzel Gummidge hair. And then in an hour or two, should be relatively sleek with a bit of a wave. We'll see. I didn't put any coffee in the machine. This is just leftover.